Okay, this is a video recording about how to record your session, your playback with Open Broadcaster software. It does recording and it also does broadcasting, so this is a good thing when we do the live stream, assuming that's what happens, of our concert on YouTube or however we do it. This is the software that you would use. So uh, this is actually really neat software. It's cool. This is a professional standard. So you go to the download page, you click on your operating system, you download it. Then it goes to this page which tells you things about how to get help and support forums. The other software you're going to need is called Soundflower. If you don't have this already, Soundflower is really, really useful. So the link to this, it's done by Matt Ingalls, is, I think he does, never mind. Matt Ingalls is cool. When you open this, it's the GitHub page, which is extremely confusing to look at because where do you download it from? But you just scroll down and it says, looking for the signed Soundflower installer. That is what you are looking for. So, there's all this weird security stuff going on. This is the a kernel extension. This is a little bit of a system device. Okay, so you download this DMG. It goes to your downloads folder. You open it. There's a reason I'm going through this. Is it opening? Yes. Okay. So it talks about it being a signed installer, but there's parts of it that aren't signed. And what this means is that if you just double-click on this in the normal way, you're going to get an error message that says it can't be opened because it's from an unidentified developer. Okay, bogus. So what you can do is you can control-click on it, and you get a pop-up menu. Okay, so control-click to get the pop-up menu and select open. This is the way that you open it to install it. Okay, we open it. And now, I'm not going to do this right now because I've already done it, but now you can click open and it will install correctly. So this is how you install Soundflower, and then it just is there ready to be used. Okay, so what we need to do to use it is we need to... Why we need Soundflower is because when you're recording your thing, you don't want to record the internal microphone, probably, unless you're using the internal microphone, but normally you just want to record what your software is doing, and your processed output. So you need to be able to send it to an output device and then have that go to your recording software, but you also need it to go to the speakers at the same time, because if you use the recording software to monitor, it'll be a little bit late, and for music, it's really annoying. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a new device to monitor. So we go to audio MIDI setup. Okay, this computer's hella old, so everything's slow. Okay, so you can see that in the audio MIDI setup, we've got the usual suspects. We've got microphone, we've got input, we've got output. Then we've got these two new things, which is cool. So one of them's got 64 channels, which is like a lot of audio routing. Okay, so we're going to create a new multi-output device. And the multi-output device is going to use the built-in output from the speakers, so everything we send to this is going to go to the speakers, which is great. And we also want it to go to Soundflower. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and leave this at 44.1 for this, but if you wanted to do it at 48K, obviously, you know, do what you need to do to have it be the right thing in later life. Okay, we've got this new multi-output device. This is great. So we've got Ableton here, and we've got a silly thing happening. The sound engine is off. Okay, that doesn't matter. So what we need to do is we need to go to the preferences, and I'm, 'cause 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 Then we need an audio output device. So before we had a few of these, but now we've got built-in output, we've got our sound card, and we've got our new multi-output device that we just made. So let's do that. Now the sound engine is restarted because it has an output device. All sorts of things are going. It's matching this. That's good. Okay. Now, you guys are just hearing that through the internal microphone. It's competing with this fan and my dog snoring in the background, so it's not very good. Oh, and the keys clicking. Okay, we don't want that. We want it to be the amazing, fresh audio that, the amazing, pure, streamed audio, fresh as the driven snow. Okay, so, we've changed the outputs. Next we're going to Open Broadcast Systems, which is a software, Open Broadcast Software, which is on your operating system. It's just this acronym, OBS. Okay, and you open it, and maybe you've got a scene, and you've got this echoing, like, screen of doom, which is so confusing that I know you're going to stare at it, so I'm going to switch to this, which is not on the default thing. When you open this for the first time, what you see is a screen that says, do you want to optimize for recording or broadcasting? Okay, since you're using this to record your software, we're going to start with optimizing for recording. Now, when you want to switch it for broadcasting, you're going to have to tweak the settings a little bit, but that's okay. So what you have there is the scene there is the full capture of the screen. We don't really, I mean, maybe you want that if you're switching between devices and you want to be able to show that you're switching from this to this, and when I say devices, I mean software devices, but for a lot of you, what you really want to do is just capture the Ableton windows. So what you do to do that is you need to add a scene. So we're going to add a scene, and we'll call it Ableton, which is in all caps, because I picked caps lock by accident. But that's okay, we're very excited. Ableton, but for you guys it will be Logic or whatever you're using. Okay, new scene. But the new scene doesn't have any sources, so we need to add a source. Okay, so we're going to add many sources here. We can, all these cool things. This is really good. We got all these capture devices, clients. You can do text, so you can scroll on it. Okay, but what we want is a window capture. Okay, video capture device, by the way, is how you set up your webcam. So if you want to put yourself in a little corner as a talking head, which I've chosen not to do for this video, you can do that. Okay, Sonia, my wife, is making fun of me in the background. Okay, so we're going to do... I can't with the software I'm using to record, because I can't record while showing you how to record, so I have to use different software. Okay, so we're going to do a window capture. Okay, and we're going to call it Ableton again, because we want to know what it is. Okay, make the source visible. Okay. So, what this very easy to understand window is all the list of windows on your operating system. So you can see that you've got the audio MIDI setup still open. We could open up my Firefox window and look at the, but we're not going to do that. What we're going to do is we're looking for the one that is our Ableton session, and Ableton is called Live on the software, so we see Live Untitled. Obviously, if this were Performance, it would have a very eye-catching title, and I would look for that. For you guys, whatever software you're using, you'll see in there, and hopefully you see the name of the window, so it should be the name of your session. So open that, and we can see that's definitely it. There's the preview. If our window has an empty name for some reason, we can make sure it's there. You can show the window shadow. That doesn't seem to make much difference. Probably creates extra rendering, so let's skip that. Okay, so let's open that, and there it is. It's just showing the Ableton session, which is great. So now we can move things around, we can do whatever. I'm messing around in this, but you don't see it. So when I start clicking Start Recording here, it'll show you from the Ableton window, so you don't have to watch me switching applications, which is great. But the problem is that you can see the same problem that we had earlier, is that the audio is only coming from the mic, so we need more audio sources. In fact, what we need to do is mute this, because you don't want to hear things clicking. Okay, so that's good. We've muted that, but what we don't have is extra audio. So what we need to do is go to Settings. Okay, you can see all of these different settings here. So this one, we're going to go for audio, and you can see that there's desktop audio. Okay, and it's disabled, and that's not what we want. So the mic audio is default, but for this one, we're going to pick the Soundflower. Okay, so Ableton is outputting to this multi-output device, and the multi-output device is sending sound both to the speakers and to Soundflower. It's like a headphone splitter. So we're catching the other end of the split, which is the Soundflower, which is great. Okay, and you can see that this has already appeared. Okay, we'll go back to here, and I'm going to scoot this over so I can see both things at the same time. So you can see that it's still capturing just the window. It doesn't matter where I've scooted it. And I'm going to do an audio test. And the levels are okay, but I can set the levels here by scooting. Well, you guys know how a fader works, but setting the levels is good because when I tried this with different samples earlier, there was some peaking, so do check your levels. Okay, so we've got audio, we've got our source, we're almost there. Now the next thing we're going to need to do is file format. So we go back to settings. Okay, we're back here to general, go to output. Okay, this is the advanced mode, but let's go to the simple mode at first. What you'll see is the simple mode. So it's got some questions about streaming we don't care about, and it has some questions about recording. So we can set the recording quality here. Okay, we don't want lossless, tremendously large file size, so I would go with high quality or indistinguishable quality. Right now it's set to same as stream. Okay, the recording format, this is important, this is really important. What you need to pick is MP4. Okay, if you do a MOV file that is a non-compressed file, it will be gigantic. We can't have that. There is a file limit on the VLE Moodle thing. Turn it in, where you submit it. So pick MP4. Okay, so click OK on that. Okay, and then the next thing you're really going to want to do is do a test recording. And when you do test recording, check the file size. Okay, I don't know what the upload size limit is. I will find out for you. I suspect it's 4 megabytes at the max, but whatever it is, if you come up with a 30 megabyte file, it's too big. Or a 30 gigabyte file, it's especially too big. So check the file size, and file size limitations will be forthcoming. Okay, so you start recording. Let's do that. And now we're recording. I'll go press beep, beep, beep. Okay, beautiful recording. I'm definitely getting a first for that. Okay, stop the recording. Okay, and it's gone to where it said it was going, which is movies. Hello, operating system. Okay, and it's just there with the date. Oh no, it would be the most recent one. And there it is. So that's it for recording. Now, what you would do for streaming is a little bit different. So let's just go through that quickly. So here's the settings. We go to the stream setting. Right now this is set up to stream to the University of Kent, which turns out doesn't work on this computer. But you can see all the different things that you can stream to. These are the easy ones. So if you want to do YouTube Gaming, Facebook Live, so you guys can do either one of these. Is a great way to entertain your friends, make some money by playing live on Twitch. Okay, there are a lot of options that show all. So yikes. Or you can do custom, which is what you saw in the background. Okay, so let's set this up for... Oh, too many options. Snapchat. Okay, and then when you set it up on the other side, you get something called a stream key, which I'm not going to go through right now, but I will go through before the concert. But basically, when you say you're going to stream on a service, you need to go to that service and click the I am going to stream button, and then it gives you a key and sometimes server information, and the key you just plug in here. And it's a weird stream of alphanumeric characters. You put it in, press OK. That key only works once, so you'll need to do this every time you want to stream, probably. And then when you're ready to stream, just click Start Streaming and go, and that's it. If there are any questions, please email me or ask me during a tutorial, or especially good time to ask is during one of those CMAT505 web chat things. Any place that you ask, I will answer, and I will try and make your question and answer available to other students, because if you're wondering, so is someone else. Please speak up. You're speaking up on behalf of yourself and your mate. I hope this was helpful. Thank you.